Welcome in, everybody, to the DLLS Cowboys Podcast. It's good to see you today. Our depth chart series rolls on. We're going to talk about this defensive line. Is the run defense fixed? How much better are they looking there? And what about the other side of the ball? Could the Cowboys be even better than they were a year ago offensively? Where should this team rank? Who will benefit the most from what they've done this offseason? And we learned a lot more about Caleb Downs yesterday. Let's go. Meow. Welcome in, best friends of ours, to the DLLS Cowboys Podcast. It's good to see you on a Friday. Happy almost Mother's Day. That's Sunday, right?
Sunday, yes.
Happy almost Mother's Day, everybody. Good to see you. Good to be with you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Smash the like button on your way in. How about that? We got a bunch of Cowboys things to get to today as we are creeping our way towards OTAs when we get back to the football. But for now, we still have a show for you, so welcome in. Get comfy. My name is Jeff. Can I give you something messy? I'm next to former Cowboys wide receiver Jesse Holland.
You know I'm Captain Messy. I'm not.
I am next to, or he is next to, the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys who did get his car out of the parking lot yesterday, Mr. Clarence Hill.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News.
We going to share that?
Sure. Share it.
All right, we're going to talk about what we learned about Caleb Downs yesterday. If you haven't seen it, I would go watch yesterday's show, the second half of it, if you have to just watch 30 minutes of it, because we talked to Caleb Downs' dad for a half hour.
Gary.
And it was awesome.
It was.
And we're going to, some of our biggest takeaways from that are coming up in just a second. But
Who told you it was going to be awesome? Who told you it was going to be awesome?
you did.
Who told you he could take the whole second half of the show?
You did.
And he was great.
He was great. He was wonderful. And then after the show ended,
That's when the fun began.
that is when we started having a good time because Jesse left. He was
Yeah.
the first one gone and was calling and texting both Clarence and I to let us know
They were in a pickle.
that we couldn't get out of the parking lot. Why couldn't we get out of the parking lot, you're asking yourselves? And I'm going to tell you the answer. Because somebody had parked their vehicle. Our parking lot's got like 12 spots, right? Like 6 over here, 6 over here. Somebody had put their vehicle across the back of the 2 spots that Clarence and I were in. We couldn't get out. Just stuck in the parking lot. Now, as we had to figure out what was going on there, Clarence, what happened? Why was somebody parked blocking us in?
I may have inadvertently.
No.
Let me answer my question.
We tell the truth on this show.
I may have inadvertently parked in somebody's spot.
A spot that has on the little thing
A placard.
a person's name. This is their spot. There's like 2 DLLS spots. There's a few for a company that no longer exists, that is not open anymore, right? And then there's some for other people in our building. One of them is a human's name. No doubt. This is my spot. That's where Clarence parked.
In a profession that knows the rules.
Yes.
In a profession that knows the fine print.
Yeah. So that person
Yep.
didn't have anywhere to park. So they were on a mission. Okay. Bet. Just blocked us. And it was quite an adventure. So what is the video we can show?
This video is actually a reenactment that our GM. So, by the way, Ben and I were watching from the window this entire situation.
I thought you were going to do the other video that you showed without her in it, but where.
No, you said 1,000,000 times not to play that,
Yes,
so
you
we're not
did.
playing it.
Yes, you did.
Ben did a
Okay.
reenactment of what happened because eventually the woman did come outside. The woman or man, I will say, did come outside. And instead of doing the actual footage of that to protect the privacy of the individual, Ben reenacted it in a different way.
Yeah.
Why would my boss ever need his parking spot? I'll just pull in right here. Besides, I just had my knee replaced. He can't get mad at me.
Why do you look
Oh,
like
damn
you're
it,
in
the
a suit?
spot that I normally take is taken. I'll just park right here.
That'd be Clarence.
That's Clarence.
I'm Clarence. I can do whatever I want.
Get the attitude.
What an asshole. This is the last time. I'll teach him.
4 hours later.
Damn it, Clarence. What? What did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm Clarence Hill. I'm sorry for blocking you. You didn't do anything wrong. Let me move my car. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yep. That's how that went.
Hey, what about me? You're still blocking me. Nope. I can get out of here. I'm Clarence Hill.
So I was already gone. I didn't get to see Clarence make a 7,000 point turn to be able to escape.
Did I get out?
I
Yeah,
guess.
we watched that. Yeah,
Did I get out?
he did. He did. She should have parked much closer to him.
That
when,
I already. I
Oh wait,
told-
she never moved.
Oh no.
she moved. She
So
moved.
when so
When she moved,
so
let you out.
so
she
the
moved
note
out.
I had on my car had a
Right.
phone number on
Right.
it. Like, sorry, I'm blocking you, but
Right.
someone's in my spot. Call me, I'll move. So I did. Clarence and I are both there when this person comes down and gets in the car,
Yeah.
backs up, lets me out, pulls back forward, gets out of the car and goes back to work.
So
Clarence wanted to apologize
Oh,
and was told, don't worry about it. Back inside, left the car there. Clarence had to go,
I thought I thought that person let you out.
no.
no, I got out.
That's funny.
No, check this out. I told Jeff from the beginning I could get out, even when his car was blocked.
Yeah.
I told him I could get out.
Right. So he was going to just get out and leave me stuck.
That's not what
when
happened.
I was in
Right.
our
That's not
parking
what
spot.
You were in the
happened.
right.
That's not what happened.
He
Jeff.
was going to leave
I
me stuck.
asked you, once I get out, can you maneuver to get out? Can you do
I said, probably
'Cause
not.
I know I can do it, okay?
You got-
I asked you if you could do it. You said no. Then I tried to go upstairs.
Yeah.
The doors were locked. I tried to follow, so a friend of mine said, you didn't put your charm. I said, she wouldn't even let me. I couldn't joke. I couldn't,
Tried to apologize and
I
was
couldn't
just told,
even,
don't worry
wouldn't even
about
look
it.
at me in my eye. I couldn't even put nothing. I couldn't
Oh yeah, I
sauce it up.
watched this happen. She did not even look at Clarence.
No.
She was just.
I
face
couldn't
forward,
even
walked
sauce it
straight
up
in.
at all. And I was going to try to sauce it up and,
That's hilarious.
she was,
Right. You're going to circle back.
in another life,
Yeah, you're going to try to circle back on that
in another
situation.
life,
Yeah.
maybe another day, maybe another week, maybe another month.
Dro,
Is she
the
a
answer,
mental health professional though? Is the question.
Yeah.
Dro, the answer is yes.
Yes. Yes. Dro.
AJG for life is in the super chat.
What
Who would,
Joe
y'all,
say?
who would y'all add? Mixon, Clowney?
Yes, Joe, she was not playing, Dro.
Who would y'all add? Mixon, Clowney, Wagner, Moore. We're just doing some free agency talk here. Clowney? Wagner?
Mixon. Joe Mixon?
Yeah, he exists. He still
Yeah,
exists.
Jackie, I think she's an Eagles
Didn't he
fan.
should his foot last year?
She looked like
Did he
she's
do
an
that last year?
Aggie sooner than Eagles
Allegedly.
fan.
Allegedly.
Dirk's in the super chat. Y'all deserve this. Incredible entertainment. Clarence did deserve it. Yes.
I admit I apologize.
I began taking liberties. We have places we can park. We have a designated garage to park in that we then walk to work. And it's not far, right across the street.
About
But
100 yards.
the business that occupies one of the floors went out of business.
Okay.
I started taking advantage because they had parking spots. And I'm like, well, I know they're not using them because they don't exist. And then people got a little carried away parking wherever back there in businesses that do exist. And now we all got in trouble. Got to go back where we were.
Who be people? Who be people?
You
Who
be
people?
You be
people.
people.
We.
You
You.
be people.
We.
You.
know it. She never
I
told you
never
one time,
parked.
months ago that she get on
She
you.
got me months ago.
Okay, but she got you.
And the
though.
only reason I parked it because it was
Okay,
pouring
you-
down raining.
No, time out. Did you park in her spot before?
Nah, next to her. No.
Did you park in somebody else's spot before?
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to let the record show I am not the only one who violated other people's parking spots.
This is a Friday show. We had Gary Downs on yesterday.
Kaden's mom said 2 questions and 2 parking spots.
Man, I mean, just swung in there like it wasn't a big deal on a weekday in the morning. Like,
the
surely
morning.
this person will never come to work.
Listen.
They don't have anywhere else to park.
No,
She did right.
She's rarely here.
that is true.
That's her parking.
That is her parking
It is a
spot.
parking spot. She rarely here.
I bet she's going to get closer next time.
I know one thing. There is a sign opposite her parking spot that has a tow, that will tow from this lot. So you park at her spot again, she might tow you.
Oh, that would
I'm
be
not
awesome.
gonna park in a spot again.
She might tow you.
I'm not gonna. There are other spots. It was crazy as we come to work
Better
today.
be crazy.
All the spots are open, even the free spots.
That's because we got yelled
Even
at and
the
we're not allowed to
DLLS
park in there
spots.
anymore.
So when Ben goes on vacation,
I'm going on vacation at the same time, so I don't care.
Jesse, we getting one of them spots.
I'm definitely getting one of those spots.
I think
When the boss,
I know I get here before you, so I'm
when
definitely
the
gonna
boss,
get one.
we all getting here. We both get. We getting one of them spots.
Cat and Bobby going to be parked there. That's management. They're going to be in there.
Bobby walks to work. You don't take one of those
Oh, it's
spots.
true.
I'm on
Bobby's not
vacation
gonna-
that week too, but just to spite Clarence, I might leave my car in this lot and Uber to the airport.
I'm parking in Dixieland Resort.
Yeah, see, I intentionally wasn't naming things.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What is that? They're closed. They're closed.
But anyway, we had Gary Downs on yesterday.
We did.
What was your biggest takeaway, Clarence?
As I tweeted last night, Michael Irvin, the 90s Cowboys are back. The 90s Cowboys are back. The 90s attitude is back.
Caleb Downs has some habits?
This dude was 4 years old
Oh.
doing one-arm push-ups for the ladies at daycare.
But
4 years
only the
old.
ladies.
Only the ladies. Only the ladies.
The
All that
straightest
man-
4-year-old ever.
All that man said yesterday, and you found the one horny clip to pull from it.
Yeah.
For the ladies.
Yeah, he did.
You can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
I can't make the Cowboys up. I know the 90s Cowboys, okay? I was in the streets. I know the 90s Cowboys. I had boots on the ground. That's some Michael Irvin stuff there, boy. Come out the womb. Player.
It is what he took away from all that. We had a half-hour conversation with one of the most insightful people I've ever talked to in my life. And what he took from it was, at 4, he was trying to get them girls.
Trying to get to the ladies.
Okay, so again, I've been around here a long time.
Clearly.
I remember Michael coming to the locker room one day after his career. We can't win. We ain't got enough dogs. We got too many nice guys. I know what that 90s mentality is. I know what you can talk about Hall of Famers, but
Caleb is a nice guy.
he a dog too. He's a nice guy. He's respectful. He's
I say he's
intentional.
respectful.
Yes, he's intentional about doing the right thing. But he's a stone cold killer.
He ain't Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
No.
Like he didn't, when Clarence wanted to do just figure something out at the combine and was like, hey, who's your agent? Who represents you? Like Caleb Downs wasn't like, it's nice to meet you. Thanks for asking. At this time, I'm not. He was just like, no. Like he's respectful.
He's respectful.
But I think, he's a dog. He's about his business.
he's a dog. So I'm just saying that this dude here, he got something to him.
Oh, no, 100%.
You know, and
but
so
we're
now
talking about Michael was different.
I
This is the name that you use. That's all. I'm just Mike different.
Yeah, Michael was a mental health problem.
Mike
I
different.
but he was different on a whole lot of levels.
You know what
I'm
I'm
just saying that on
Mike,
this basis, on this
Mike
basis.
hit you one time.
Why you got to bring up the barbershop?
Mike hit
Why
you
you got to
one
bring up
time.
the barbershop?
I'm just-
Did you say why
That's
you
a
got to bring up
different,
the
that's a
barbershop?
different type of dog.
Okay, all I'm
No
saying.
charges were filed, sir. It's an alleged incident.
All I'm saying is, this dude has some of that 90s je ne sais quoi. He's like, nigga, I'm gonna put the push-ups for the ladies. We know he can play. But he also has that other stuff that takes you over the top. That arrogance, that confidence, that whatever. You know, yes, I'm respectful, but I believe in myself. I'm very confident. I remember a clip where he was talking about Chris Carter, and Chris Carter said, I was the greatest number 2 at Ohio State. And he said, you was.
Until now.
Until now, right. You know, he's respectful. But this dude is arrogant, confident. He knows his game. And that's what those 90s Cowboys had. And that's part of what I take away from that. But there was a lot of stuff from Dad that you liked about him going back to high school, how one thing, he chose to put him at safety.
What's that one?
In high school.
Oh, your
moving
biggest
from running
takeaway.
back to safety.
No, your biggest takeaway was that he did one-arm push-ups as a 4-year-old for the ladies. Jesse and I might contribute on the other side of this break, and then we'll talk about the defensive line depth chart next. Let's talk about our buddies at Prize Picks, my favorite app on my phone. We're cruising through the NBA playoffs. There's no better way to cash in on the high-flying hoops action than Prize Picks, a preferred partner of the NBA. Every bucket, every dime, every win means more when you're playing on Prize Picks, so don't pass up your next shot with Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Prize Picks is simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, NBA, baseball, hockey, UFC, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. All 50 states. Get in on the action. Prize Picks now available in all 50 states, including right here in Texas. I love playing around on Prize Picks. They offer stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You want to make picks on your favorite player's points, rebounds, and assists. You can do that. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use the code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Code DLLS, $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, preferred partner of the NBA. Also, shout out to our guys at Juno's Liquor. Just keep my cask with me at all times. Juno's is your go-to liquor store for all your favorite brands. They've served us here in the DFW Metroplex for 14 years. 3 awesome locations. If you're in Arlington, Keller, Irving, or close enough to one of those cities, cruise on through. They got tastings, cocktail classes, wholesale, corporate events. Juno's got you covered, and they just have all the things that you need. I'm having a party tomorrow. I'm going to swing by Juno's to get prepared for the crawfish boil. Stop by and see why they're different from the rest at Juno's. Arlington, Keller, and Irving. They got everything you need to host your party at a great price. They have an allocation day the last Saturday of every month. Las Colinas at 11 a.m., Arlington at 1 p.m., Keller at 3 p.m. It's a free event. You show up, you get a ticket, and there's a drawing for pick of the allocated bottles. Find all your high-quality spirits at a great price at your local Juno's. Tell them DLLS sent you. You get 10% off your first purchase, and continue to support your Dallas small businesses. Dro wants to know if you can pick if Clarence parks in that lady's spot again on Prize Picks. No, there are no Clarence things on Prize Picks, just more so professional things. You're not innocent. Devery in the chat said, wait a minute, why do I see even more of Clarence's legs today? This is out of hand.
They ride. Just tell them they ride when you sit down.
Clarence and I were in the same pants today. I just didn't go with the jacket. I didn't go with the jacket.
When you sit down.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that a little bit. Yeah, that's what happens. It is depth chart day. It's depth chart week. And now we're on to the interior defensive line of your Dallas Cowboys. And we take a look at what we got to work with for your Cowboys. And once again, we just went with nose tackle and 2 defensive ends for when you're in a 3-4 front. And you could have called it defensive tackle, defensive end. You could have called a lot of different things. We're just going with nose tackle, 2 defensive ends. Clarence, your first 30-second timeout of the day. Please, God, be about the Cowboys.
It is about the Cowboys.
Okay.
When are y'all going to address your reaction to Gary Down?
Was planning to do it in the first segment, but
we didn't get to it because y'all did the car thing and the parking. It was damn near 14 before I started talking. Don't do that.
That's not what we could go check that number. Be happy to do that after the show. We'll do it after this.
The depth chart's on the screen now. So
yeah, so we'll do the depth
chart. I just asked a question. I just did a 30-second. So quick 30 seconds.
So I follow the prompting of host 1, not host 3.
Quick 30 seconds.
We're just going. We'll circle back.
Because you told people before the break that you were going to share your thoughts.
I did. And eventually I will.
That's all.
When time and Clarence allows, we'll get to it. So when we're building out the defensive line on a first snap of a game, Kenny Clark is the nose tackle?
Yes.
Well, if you had a cooler nose tackle, you could run out a nose tackle and Kenny and Quinnen. But we're going to have to do it a different way, I guess. So we'll just start with Kenny Clark as the starting nose. Just slide him on over.
I'm making cuts. 1 second.
What are you doing?
I took all the UDFAs.
I'll put them back up there. Let them get a little shine. Let these guys get a little shine for a second. Yeah, when I saw the graphic from John, I was like, man, I wish I knew all these guys' names.
2 of these dudes, Dunn and Withers, are both from Kansas. You can
nice.
See the blue jersey there.
Some guys like, who's this guy, D. Withers?
Lawrence, Kansas. What a great city.
T. Dunn, the bros, though. We're going to rep T. Dunn.
You go ahead. Why is the bottom row sliding off? LOL. Yeah, let's go ahead and slide that bottom row off with with respect to all of them.
T done. We're gonna get you right.
Let's just clean up the look a little bit. What's the sound they make in Mario when you go down the pipe? Bye, guys. No, they can go. They can all go.
Yes.
See, Captain says Ogbonna is the nose tackle, and I think there's a lot of different ways they can do this. But to start a game, I do think it'll be Kenny Clark at the nose, and we'll put Quinnen at the left defensive end. Not that it's necessarily going to be left and right, but just go ahead and put Quinnen in there because that's 2 of your 3.
Yep.
And Kenny is probably in the middle. The third one's kind of up in the air.
I think to start the year, barring any injury,
See if I
you're
agree
probably
with you.
going to go with Bullard.
I think that's my pick too.
I believe that you're going to go with Bullard while testing the waters of LT Overton.
And to the chat, I don't think Bullard's your backup nose. Like, Bullard's a big end. He's a 275, 280-pound end.
Yeah.
He's not Jay Toya or Ogbonna.
Toya and Ogbonna, those are your...
Those are your 330s.
So, yeah. Those are big hosses.
We would think Ogbonna's gonna be the backup nose. They're gonna rotate, right?
Well, yeah, and there is a different world where on different snaps, you could put one of the real bigs at nose tackle, and you could play Kenny Clark where we currently have Bullard.
Yes.
And
Right.
you could have a 330 in the middle and then a couple of 300s and then play a speed game around that. Like, I think there's a bunch of different combinations that you're going to see, but I feel that that's right initially. But also because Kenny Clark is a better player than all of the non-Quinnen Williams, I do think there's a temptation to find somebody else who can play some nose tackle snaps just to free him up to not have his job be, have fun, bud. There's 2 of them. And just getting beat up all the time and just, all right, fight double teams, bud. $20 million, I'd like you to be able to do a little something else. So hopefully one of Toya, Ogbonna, hopefully one of them can give you some decent snaps as the biggest guy on that line and free him up to move around a little bit, which they will be able to do. Now, I say LT Overton will be the 4th guy in. And maybe I'm overshooting it for the rook. Is Jay Toya going to get cut?
Yes.
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 What has he done?
Yes.
What has who done?
Jay Toya.
Not that he's done anything.
I think Jay Toya is one of the guys that they'll have the conversation with Toya. They'll say, hey, we like you, just not enough for the active roster.
Wish I had 53 of you.
Wish I had 53
Like Jason Garrett told Jesse Holly when he cut him.
Wish I had 53 of you. And he'll find his way to the practice squad. Because remember, Jay Toya was the guy who they gave multiple chances last year to kind of find your way. You give you a chance. It wasn't
real good.
It was Toya, then it was Mozzie, then it was Mozzie, then it was Toya. It was back and forth all year long. And like literally, it was week in and week out. It was like, okay. It was like, okay, Toya, here's your turn.
It was whoever had just played bad enough that next week we're going to do the other one. And they did it like 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Like, I tried again. So, yeah, I guess.
Here comes Toya's competition.
I guess it wouldn't be. Oh, wow, they're back. No, they can all go again. No, they can all leave again.
Yeah.
That's
They
just
can all
not
go
right.
again.
I got a question about Overton because here's a guy who somebody said was the number 1 recruit in high school. Come
Okay.
out in the country. He went to Alabama.
Yeah.
I don't know if obviously he was good,
Yeah, he's a good college player.
but I don't think he was great.
No.
Wasn't a difference maker.
No.
When you think of difference maker, you think you guy in Houston, who just got paid at Alabama, or Quinnen Williams. It's looking at him. Sure, he was a great high school player. He's not huge. He doesn't. He's not.
He's not.
He
Let me
don't look-
remember. He's
he-
not
he-
super tall. I
he-
think he's about 6'2",
Yeah,
275.
Yeah, for a defensive end, you want a big guy, right? He doesn't. He's not imposing getting off the bus. Clearly, he's a football playing dude at his side.
Let me see what he checked in at. 6'3", 274. So that's, he's not a tall end, but 274, pretty stout. Unless you're considering him like a D tackle. But you're just saying when you saw him in person, you weren't like, holy cow.
Yeah, no, not at all. And
think you could take him?
I mean, no, I can't take him.
Okay.
Jesse can't take him either.
No, we don't have to teach Jesse over that.
I already told you my rules.
He going to the car.
I told you my rules already.
He going to the car.
Anything up to 250, like my chances.
Yeah.
Anything 275 and above,
yeah,
there may be some apologizing I might be doing.
Yeah, going to the car.
300?
Going to the trunk.
I'm going to the car.
And my rule, of course, is anything that weighs less than me and does not have thumbs, I can take. Anything.
But I'm just, you're projecting a lot of, we saw him in Alabama, sort of a good run stopper, not a great pass rusher. Will you be able to, when you don't have that size and you're on this grown man level, will you have the same run stopper success because you're not physically imposing? What's your superpower?
That's a fair question because what he did in college was, my notes, I think I could get it close to verbatim, was he was maybe the best low man wins leverage run defender of the edge guys in this draft class.
And
that's what he did.
We also have to go off the fact that just because he doesn't look physically imposing doesn't mean he's not strong.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just asking.
Oh, he's strong.
That's what I'm saying. Because you look at your guy Clowney last year, right? Like Clowney doesn't look like skinny legs. I'll give you another one. DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware wasn't a physically imposing looking dude.
Yeah, he's 6'5", though. He's a big dude.
DeMarcus Ware was not 6'5",
okay.
And DeMarcus Ware could barely keep 265 pounds on his butt. Barely.
He ran a 4.3. He had superpower.
But if you let me finish, if you just let me finish one statement, DeMarcus Ware was country strong. I watched DeMarcus Ware move men at struggling to be 270 pounds, 275 pounds during the season. I watched DeMarcus Ware in the weight room, literally jumping jack power cleaning 315 pounds, 320 pounds. He did not look physically imposing. Yes, he was cat quick. DeMarcus Ware he wasn't strong. He was strong. If I'm strong,
you strong.
And you strong,
then we strong.
And we strong.
Okay,
strong,
and again, DeMarcus Ware is a Hall of Famer, best pass rusher ever in Cowboys history. He had other superpowers. I'm trying to figure out what this guy's superpower is. Okay?
No, he doesn't have one.
So when you compare him to a Hall of Famer, I'm going to push back.
I'm not comparing him to a Hall of Famer. I'm comparing the fact that someone could not be physically imposing and still bring a necessary force behind them.
And I disagree that DeMarcus Ware is not physically imposing.
We can look it up.
Overton's
bigger than Ware.
Taller?
Probably not.
Okay, I'm just saying from the height.
You just height scouting. You want tall men.
Yes.
I wish I had my other phone because I would show you a picture of me and DeMarcus Ware standing next to each other in his gym.
Okay, that's fine. DeMarcus Ware was a freak. I was getting ready to use the other word.
You was about to. You was about to.
I don't know that this guy's a freak.
No, he's not a freak. We know LT Overton is not a freak. We know that.
And that's the only point I'm making. That was the baseline of this conversation. And to inject a freak into it is what I'm pushing back on. That's all I'm saying. And so I'm just I'm asking because I don't know, but I'm just saying when you look at him, it don't look like that.
Well, no, but I mean he's a 4th round pick. Like his job is not to be.
He's a 4th round pick, but we are readily saying, "Oh, this guy's gonna be in a rotation."
I think so.
Do this, okay?
I think so.
So there's expectations that he's gonna have an impact as a rookie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe that.
And so that's all I'm asking. And are we putting too much on the expectations?
No, because I think what he is that's a worker bee. Ogbonnia, Overton, Bullard, those are worker bees. Jay Toye, if he makes the team, they're worker bees. When you talk about LT Overton,
the ants.
There's whatever's a little smaller than a worker bee. Their job is not to be, you got me 7 sacks this year. Their job is let that guy behind you make plays. Don't let this ball get outside. So LT Overton's stat line is going to be that he had 6 solo tackles, 18 assisted tackles, and a sack and a batted pass. Like it's it's what are you hoping to get out of the guy? And they drafted a guy that's going to be a worker bee. Apologies to Jay Toya and them 4 people, them other 4. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, we got some rankings for the other side of the ball that we have not talked about enough. Are they hating on Dallas? We'll find out next. Let's talk about our guys at Shady Rays. Whatever kind of sunnies you are in the market for, they've got you covered at Shady Rays. I'm on shadyrays.com right now, and I'm just cruising around. They got all sorts of different sunnies, men, women, kids. You want to go something for fishing, golfing, snow goggles, prescription. They got all sorts of things. And at Shady Rays, not only do they have an incredible selection at a reasonable price, they also have one of the coolest things going that I've seen from any brand. With Shady Rays, if you lose your sunglasses, your Shady Rays, if you lose them or break them, even on the first day you have them, they'll send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now you can actually wear your sunglasses on the things you do, where it could get a little dicey. Lake, maybe on a hike, wherever it may be, concert. You can actually wear your Shady Rays. It's the eyewear that has your back. Head on over to shadyrays.com, and if you use the code SRDLLS, you're going to get 40% off 2+ pairs of polarized sunglasses. We always want to salute our friends at WinStar World Casino and Resort. They hosted us. We were up there for the NFL draft, the first round. WinStar will forever be where the Cowboys acquired Caleb Downs for us. It's the best casino there is. It's the world's largest casino. There's nowhere on earth that you're going to find a larger collection of electronic games. You probably see Pop over there smashing a button, pulling a handle. I could see him being a big slot machine guy. It's a big thing for Pop. They also have 100 table games. So you like the table games, you like the electronic games, whatever it is that you like, they got you covered at WinStar, and it's huge. Over 1,700 luxury hotel rooms. Lucas Oil Live, where they have all the shows, is freaking awesome. It's just north of the Texas-Oklahoma border there along I-75, or I-35, I apologize. It's an I-35 situation. WinStar is absolutely incredible. Make sure you check them out at winstar.com for the most updated information before you make your next trip to WinStar World Casino and Resort. All right, it's the DLLS Cowboys podcast, and we spend a lot of time talking about the Dallas Cowboys defense, and for good reason. It is the thing that has to change big time. It is the thing that has to be way better this year if the Cowboys want to be good at the football, which we sure would like them to be. But we can spend a little bit of time talking about offense, and we will right here as FoxSports.com, fine gentleman by the name of Ben Arthur. Don't know him, but he seems to be a fine gentleman.
I know him.
You know Ben?
Yeah, of course.
Seems like a fine gentleman based on his headshot. That's what I've got. Seems like a nice guy. Ranked the 10 best offenses entering where we are in the season right this second. And not even just the Cowboys on here. I find multiple things interesting.
It better be interesting.
The Lions are the 10th best offense? I know that they couldn't block real well last year.
Yeah.
They took a step back last year. They're trying to address that. But seeing them at number 10, I was just kind of like, whoo. And then at number 9, seeing the Kansas City Chiefs, I was like, God, that dynasty fell apart in a hurry. That happened pretty quick.
Yeah, well, you don't protect your quarterback.
Yeah.
And who knows? I know that they're saying that Pat Mahomes may do some things in OTAs, but how far is he away from starting this season out?
They should trade a 4th-round pick for Joe Milton. What's wrong? That's what the Cowboys would do.
I know.
Just trade you a 4th-round pick for Joe Milton. Anyway, so that's number 10 and number 9. And as I was working my way up the list, I was wondering how high would the Dallas Cowboys be? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if you want to do the reveal of where they are and if you think that it makes sense.
No, you got it. We can kind of just.
Number 8 is the New England Patriots.
Relax, John.
This is woo.
Relax.
John wooed in the background.
We gotta get when our head coach when he decides that he's too big of a distraction and leaves, we gotta get one of those Shanahan McVay guys in. That'll take it to the next level.
Is Vrabel gonna get in trouble for this?
No.
Technically, I don't think outside of morality, I guess. Like technically, he didn't.
I mean, anyone who's ever ran into those two in public and has a photo of it from years ago is currently cashing in.
Yeah.
And there are at least 2 outlets who are just sitting on one photo every week and just letting them rip, and they're going to do it right up until they run out. So,
Yeah.
But, I mean, the one person involved in this was just like, let me just go ahead and quit, get up out of here. And the other guy's just kind of like, I'm chilling. Like, just, okay. Not that he should be fired. It's just Diana's just like, peace. And Mike's just like, I guess I'll see you at OTAs. See ya. Number 7 is the Baltimore Ravens. With healthy Lamar, that makes sense. Number 6 is the Chicago Bears. Boy, having a coach is a MFer, isn't it? Number 5 is the Buffalo Bills. Cowboys, not here yet. Seattle Seahawks, number 4. Cincinnati Bengals, number 3.
Seahawks?
What?
You got no offense.
You got Jackson Smith and Jigba.
They should not be that high.
You got Jadarian Price. They're a good offense.
They were a good offense, right?
Good offense.
They should not be that high.
Cincinnati Bengals are number 3. The Cowboys are number 2 in the NFL. I teased it as is anybody doing some hating. There ain't no way anybody's doing any hating. Is that too high?
No. I think that's when you reveal who number 1 is, you'll see that they fit. The Cowboys.
The Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are
the
number.
Rams, of course.
Yeah. The Cowboys, I mean, they offensively, as far as their weapons, Javonte Williams, 1,200 yards back last year. Of course, you know what George Pickens did and his 1,500 yards, and CD even missing 3 or 4 games last year, still at over 100 yards. Say what you want about Jake Ferguson. Career high in touchdowns. Now, he doesn't get many yards after the catch. And they're gonna they got George Pickens back. This all depends upon Dak Prescott staying healthy, and of course, if you can get something from those tackles, it can even be a more explosive offense.
One thing I've been thinking about, lying in bed at night, thinking about the Cowboys, thinking about this show, because that's what I do.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
in the shower.
And maybe we can do some research on this. You know, because there's so much talk. Well, the Cowboys always had a good offense. They had a good offense when we were talking about getting rid of George, and they could do, you know, it was CD, you know, Dak. They had a number 1 offense. The one thing the one caveat that we're not understanding about offense in 2025 compared to other offenses in 21, 22, 23, they had a defense that was getting turnovers. They weren't stopping nobody. They were getting turnovers. Okay?
Yeah.
Field position. Different things that helped the scoring.
Yeah.
When Vlad was running back, stuffed the touchdown, that was helped the scoring.
Yeah.
They didn't get none of that last year. They got no sacks, no turnovers, no nothing. They had to drive the field all the damn time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I say, you know, yeah, you can do it. If your defense is hot garbage like they were last year to do what they did, to be ranked as high as they go, just think if they got some damn turnovers. Just think if they got some sacks, some things that help them, get them some short fields, different things. How many more points would they have scored?
About 50, probably.
Because
they were 2nd in yards and they were 7th in points.
Right.
And I think a lot of that is what I would be interested to look up, and I should have done it before the show, is how many less possessions they had over the course of the year than in a normal year.
Right.
Because when you're Swiss cheese on defense, well, the next 7 minutes is going to be that team going 75 yards and then scoring. And so the Cowboys, I think they could have been higher.
That's what I'm saying.
You also could have been better in the red zone. You could have coached more aggressively when you were in 60-yard field goal range. There's other things you could have done. But I do think that you're set up. I would bet that they'll be higher than 7th in scoring.
Right.
But 2nd in yards, yeah. That's generally like Dak-led offense, hell, Romo-led offenses too. They were usually top 5 in one of them.
Right.
It's usually like, they were 6th in yards and 3rd in points, 2nd in yards and 7th in point. Like they're always
the
up
points
there.
were down. And I'm just saying that just because we always compare what, you know, Dak has had great offense. They were 12-5, they had good offenses, even without Pickens, right? But those defenses, they may have been switch cheese in the playoffs. They may have stopped the run, but they turned the ball over like a mofo, okay? They got sacks, okay? They had one of the top sacking teams in the league, you know, during those Michael Parsons years.
Had one year they were scoring a bunch of points.
Yeah, right, I'm saying. They got none of that this year.
I have an answer to your question, Jeff, by the way.
What's that?
So the Cowboys did have the most plays run last year, but total drives over the season, they were tied for 17th.
Okay.
Right.
So average, just below average in total drives. And to still run the most plays with the 17th most drives,
Right.
you're cooking pretty good moving the ball.
That's what I'm saying.
You're cooking pretty good moving the
Give
ball.
me a turnover or two. Give me a sack or two. Give me some 3 and outs. They ain't getting no damn 3 and outs.
Let me get the ball on the 40,
Right.
not the 3 again.
That's what I'm saying. That's something that's been overlooked in our conversations about. They always been good on offense. Well, yeah, but also had some help on defense. They got no help last year.
Yeah, and I also think they technically lost one starter if you go from like the beginning of the year, but it's Jalen Tolbert, who by the end of the year, Ryan Flanoy had kind of taken that job. So I think the offense coming into this year, I think it's better than it was a year ago. You just run all the same guys out. Like, how many of those guys are getting worse at football? Probably none.
Well,
Hold on.
2.
Ferg?
Oh, you're talking about skilled players.
Who's getting worse? Not getting worse.
Who getting worse?
I know who he wants to say. He just doesn't have the courage to say it.
Come on.
He's not getting worse.
Tyler Guyton's getting worse.
He's not getting worse.
Man. Come on, man.
We hope he gets considerably better. He's not going to be
Man,
worse.
Listen, the man only played right tackle for 2 years in college. Just by osmosis, just more experience, more plays, more time on task. He has to get better. I'm not saying he's going to be special. Not even saying he's going to be Tyron Smith.
I want him to be 6% better.
Well, you can't. Just time on task, you're going to be better. There's more comfort at the position.
This year, what? Is 3 for him coming up?
This is year
At
3.
left tackle.
This is year 3.
Well, he's never played left tackle in his life
Okay.
before this year.
Can I ask you guys a question? So last year,
Better be a question.
before ESPN copied it from, did you just say it better be a question?
Yeah.
It is a question. Before ESPN copied our content, Jesse did the man at the board, we'll call it. And because Jesse had noticed that they were rolling Tyler Smith out basically to cover Tyler Guyton's ass because they knew exactly where the pressure was coming from. It didn't really feel like teams kind of adjusted to that throughout the season, but through the full offseason, is that something teams could anticipate that the Cowboys are going to do that? Is that something that could potentially tank the offense at times during the season?
No, because you don't. That particular blocking scheme, you don't know when it's coming.
Yeah.
So it's hard to prepare for it. It's not like a formation because they line up. Unless you go back and there's some telltale signs like, hey, whenever the tight end is on this side and they do this, they're normally going to that. But that's like a real deep kind of dive into that. That's something that you would have to spend a lot. Maybe you spend your whole offseason trying to find those telltale signs, but just the lining up and then they kind of doing that.
Hash was definitely one of them, if I remember. It was always Guyton was on the field side, I believe, was sort of one of the tells, because there was the Jets game with it. I think there was the Broncos game. They did it a few times.
But
Well, that was generally shot plays. Like it was generally, I think, play action.
The Pickens touchdown over Sauce was that.
Yeah, like it was going to be a play where Dak was going to drop back this way, away from everything, and you were going to do a little wee block, and then we were trying to get the ball down the field.
Yeah.
And Tyler Smith also helped the right tackle as well. It wasn't just left tackle. I saw him spin out and help on the right side as well. It wasn't just Guyton. But I just wanted to let you know that you got the chat out messy.
What?
The chat said he said they saying that sweater at the wedding is proof that he's not improving. That's a Jesse thing.
That's not.
I mean, the chat. I mean, they've been going. Even Katie's mama is taking shots about the sweater.
I'm tempted to support him.
Mama, you're not supposed to do that, Mama.
I'm tempted to support him with his sweater at Cooper Beebe's wedding, just because I wish I had the nuts to do that.
Why would you do that?
You know.
It's not the
let me
winter.
just pull some clothes on and go.
No.
I don't. Why do we gotta get all?
See, when I go off the rails, I'm wrong. When I take the show off the rails, I'm wrong.
Well,
you guys can take the show.
We're within a minute of the break, so this is the time to do it.
Yeah. And that was a direct response to you taking the show off the rails, going to the chat and interrupting our fine
No, we were
conversation.
talking about Tyler Guyton. I'm just saying that
At
with
football.
Jesse. That's football.
We were talking about it at football.
But to your point, yeah, everyone else will get better.
Yeah, you will have a better offense unless
Thank you,
something
Dominique.
goes terribly wrong. And yeah, that means if I can have an average defense, we're cooking with something. We cooking.
Now, I will say before we get out of here, when you talk about that list and the Cowboys coming up to next season, 3 of the top 10 offenses on that list, the Cowboys will have to play next year. They play the Rams next year. They will play the Seahawks this year, and they play the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens in Rio. So, that defense, you're talking about being,
we show them who's who.
Average, you have to play one of those top 10 offenses.
Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, which player is going to benefit the most from what they've done this offseason? We'll find out from Clarence's ankles next. But first, let's talk about you signing up to be a diehard. The chill ankle cam is gone. We need to update the lower third there. Oh, it's back. It's back. Why aren't you rocking that Texas hat? Sign up to be a diehard. We actually have an ankle cam that travels with Clarence. And when you're a diehard, we have an app for it. You log in, and wherever they are, you can see them. That's not accurate. That is a lie. But when you sign up to be a diehard, you can pick a free T-shirt from the merch store, which is neat. That's a good thing for you. We got some cool ones. That's not a T-shirt. It's still just his feet and his ankles.
The hat, though. Get the hat.
Well, I think that's a branded Bills situation. I don't know if you can get. I don't think you can get that at alldlls.com. I think you'd have to go to Branded Bills for that one.
No, we don't have those hats on our website?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But sign up to be a diehard. You get a free T-shirt. You get discounts on merch if you want to get something that's not a T-shirt. I got the DLLS hoodie on. I got the DLLS. This hat we got. This is a Branded Bills hat. It's DLLS. You can get that bad boy, and you get it at a discount when you're signed up to be a diehard. You also get an ad-free experience on the website, access to all of our premium content about all of your favorite DFW sports teams. Isn't that nice? You want to be up to date. You want to know everything that's going on. You want to know what Clarence is writing about? Make sure you're signed up to be a diehard. What are you writing about, Clarence?
Right. Parking lot situation.
If you do, I will be reading that. I would like to see your interpretation of what happened in the parking lot.
He's got a column on the impending flood coming next week.
Hey, look at Jesse's.
Jesse got the table in front of him. Sorry.
Kinda, mostly.
I mean, it rises. His pants, they rise.
That's what happens. Sign up to be a diehard because if you don't, Jesse gets fired. That's my understanding of it. So sign up to be a diehard or else, not a threat. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast, and I have a question for the panel. Hit the like button while you're here, please. Actually, let's spend a lot of time on this from Cody.
We don't have to spend a lot of time on this for Cody.
Which player will benefit the most from what the Cowboys have done this offseason? Be hard to pick an offensive player because they did nothing. So you have to find a different way to answer this unless you're very creative. I'll challenge the chat. Find a way to say an offensive player is the answer.
You said it the last segment. Pick Dak Prescott. This defense, what they did, will hopefully create some turnovers.
From here to there. Okay.
Right. We'll create some turnovers. We'll hopefully give them better field position. They'll give them more possessions to allow this offense to go down and really work itself out. But if we don't want to take that angle.
That was a good angle, though. That works.
Yeah, I mean.
That works.
It does work. This is you put out a good defense so that you help your offense. Offense is supposed to be supported by good defense and special teams. Right? If they kick the ball off, then I need to get good field position. If they punt the ball off to you, let's flip the field on them. Defensively, let's stop them, then make them punt the ball. We get a short field. Offense go down and drive. Like that's the goal of it. So improving this 97th ranked defense, ultimately you would believe that now some turnovers will happen, short fields will happen, and now Dak isn't having, because just by sheer numbers, if offense has to drive the ball 75 yards every time they get it, percentages say that you won't score.
Right. Yeah, the longer you got to go, tougher it's going to be to get into the end.
But boy, when you get at the 50-yard line,
you need 2 yards to kick a field goal.
Kick a field goal. So that helps you, right? That puts the pressure back on that defense to the opposing team's defense. But if we're just keeping it strictly defense, I think what they did around this defense, for me, the biggest offseason acquisition is Christian Parker. He gets to be the orchestrator of putting all of these players in the proper position. And I guess if that's not a player, right? It's
not a player. Although I think Jerry tried to use him as a player once in an interview, so you can if you want to. When it was like, why is this defense going to be better? And he was like, well, I think our best player is the DC.
I'll say Quinnen Williams.
Okay.
And my Quinnen Williams my fact goes to Christian Parker's come in. He's the guy who handles the secondary. The secondary will be better. Quinnen Williams will now have an opportunity because the coverage will be confusing to the quarterback. That will then give him a tad bit more time to do what he has to do. Because to me, Quinnen Williams is your best. He's your best guy up front. With just pure roll the ball out, go make a play for me.
Now, I'd like to thank Dominique in the chat for being the newsbreaker on this show, letting us know that the NFL and the refs have a 7-year deal. We won't have replacement refs. Congratulations. Once I puttered it around in my brain a little bit, my answer to the player who can benefit the most from what they've done this offseason is DeMarvion Overshown. Now, he's got to be healthy, but I think just the train wreck that this defense was last year at pretty much every position. But, I mean, you traded for Kenny Clark, and it was like, now we're going to stop the run.
Right.
So then you had Quinnen Williams, like, now we're going to stop the run. But I do think between the combination of Christian Parker and schematically and the amount of girth that you're going to have up front in front of your linebackers now, and a lot of times you'll have more bodies on the line of scrimmage, will make the job of a linebacker easier. And I didn't want to pick anybody who wasn't here last year, so I have to go with Overshown if I want to go with a linebacker. So I think he's the one. I think a lot of plays he's going to have, I said about 330, and that's 930. And if you put two edge guys up there at about 250, that's about 1,500 pounds in front of you. That makes for an easier runway to go make you some plays. So I'm going with Overshown.
Dominique did it again.
Broke more news?
Broke more news.
What is it?
The NFL schedule will be out May 14th, if we didn't already know.
That next Wednesday? Next Thursday?
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday.
Thank you, Dominique, for breaking more news.
Let me try to take my money, Dominique.
Is that your contribution to the segment there?
No, I was just saying. I think that I'm going to just take it. Player who been which player?
That's crazy.
You need the question again?
He does need the question again.
No,
yes, he does.
It's right there on the screen.
Okay.
Please tee him up again.
Which player benefits most from the offseason?
Yes.
Not offseason moves. From the offseason.
I mean, in my mind, it was what they've done this offseason.
I know in
the coaching and the players added and all that.
I'm going to say, I'm with you. It's Overshown.
He mailed it in.
I didn't mail it in.
You mailed it in.
Well, he knew I got the right answer.
You mailed it in.
No, I got the right answer.
You mailed it in.
I was going to say Quinnen Williams.
You mailed it in.
I was going to say Quinnen Williams.
You mailed it in.
You said Quinnen Williams.
You had two people go ahead of you.
The person.
And had
I gave you a chance to go ahead
opportunities.
No, you did. And
I did.
secondly,
I went dead silent for 3 seconds after Jesse talked.
Secondly,
but you were on your phone.
We can all have to say. I mean, I don't have to just pick another player just because y'all picked one guy.
No, but that's make good TV.
Just pick somebody I don't believe in. Just pick somebody to be something different. The guy I really wanted to pick was Shotty. Because we can't pick coaches. Like you talking about CP. I'm just saying the guy that benefits most is Shotty. They did something. Here's a guy who, in his first year, a nobody, came in, first year gave him a job because they didn't really want to go out and look at the job, had a losing record. The honeymoon's over. You get rid of your whole defensive staff. Who benefits most? Because they have to be better. Or you could be
the
2 and done.
The head coach is trying not to get fired.
Right.
Yeah.
You could be 2 and done.
Yeah.
You know, and no one will cry a tear. No one will cry. No one will shed. No one will feel sorry. No. You be 2 and done.
No,
they got to win.
We're gonna find the next guy whose daddy was
brotherhood. All of this ping pong. Nobody gives a damn if you don't win.
Yeah,
it means a damn. The person that benefits most not player, but person, is Schottenheimer.
Let's hit the super chats, John. I seen we had a 20 bomber in AJG. Did we do that one? Nope. AJG for life. If 10 guys have 3 to 6 sacks each, what's that? 50 sacks? Well, that would be a big spread of numbers potentially because you said 3 to 6.
All right.
If they all had 3, you'd have 30. If they all had 6, you'd have 60. If we go in the middle, you have 45. And 45 is my number this year. That's my minimum. I need 45 sacks.
They were 35 as a team last year.
35 last year,
They
45.
didn't get to the quarterback.
And 45 would have been 10th in the league. If you could be 10th in the league, I'd be all right. Dave White is in the super chat. He said, really grown to love this show. It is an acquired taste. Hey, can you guys shout out my son Isaac as mental health issues take a big L today when he starts his first professional baseball game today.
Let's go.
Long way to the MLB, but let's go. Thanks.
Go,
boys.
Isaac!
Hell yeah.
Let's go, Isaac.
Hell yeah.
Hit it to
Let's
the gap,
go.
baby. Hit it to the gap. Hit it to the gap. Don't go for the home. Gap. Hit it to the gap.
Yeah, what position are we playing?
We like the gap, baby. We like the gap.
You do like to go gapping.
You got to go gapping.
Yeah, going gapping, nice double.
You like the gap, too. You like that gap.
Triple if it goes in, it has a weird bounce.
You like the gap, Jesse.
Yep. So
Hit it to the gap, baby.
We talking the wage gap? What's your favorite gap?
Yeah. What is your favorite gap? Is it the gap?
Which, by the way, now I think I'm on this panel. I might be the lowest paid person on this panel.
You don't know what you're talking about, man.
after this week is over.
I hope so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I don't care what anybody else makes. I just hope I make more because I'm me.
I need to know what you got offered so I can make my counter offer.
I'll be happy to tell you as soon as these mics are off. I'll be happy to tell you.
Don't worry.
Tell the whole world.
My time comes next year.
Nothing is signed, but I do.
You got a mental. You got one of them Jerry Jones deals.
Voice went out, so now I'm fired.
You got one of them Jerry Jones deals.
It is highly likely.
Handshake.
It is highly likely that our audience is screwed and is going to have to listen to me for 2 more.
You got a
years.
handshake deal.
It's highly likely.
I'm calling Mulligetta.
My takeaways from the interview with Gary Downs yesterday, father of Caleb Downs, as Jesse and I now have an opportunity to talk about it, it's just a reinforcement of everything. Like, part of me worries that we are going to put so much pressure and expectation onto a rookie to be not solely responsible, but a huge part of turning this defense around. And even though I've already been saying it all the way through because of everything he says or anyone says about him, like, built for it, uniquely built for it. Then you talk to his dad, and it's like, what's your takeaway? Built for it. And not even in a way where it's obviously everything's a step up. You can tell me how many touchdowns you scored when you were 7. Every good football player scored 7 touchdowns when they were 7 in the championship game. All of them. I was a monster in the 6th grade. Doesn't matter. Then he does it like freshmen don't start at his high school, and he does it. Happens to a lot of great players. I had one at Allen High School. Happens. Starting as a true freshman for Nick Saban in the secondary doesn't happen. Till Caleb Downs does it. It's like, all right, but a lot of people play as a true freshman in college. Happens a lot. This next step is obviously the biggest one. But I've seen him play enough. I know he's talented enough. And it's just this dude is built for it, and those expectations aren't too big for him. Like, he's cool. He's going to be fine. And now I took too long.
Nah, you good. Let's hit the super chats.
I hit too.
No, that's all
Let's
good.
hit the
I'll
super
tell mine
chat.
on Monday.
We're going to spread out reaction to the Gary Downs interview over the next 3 weeks.
So hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Fuzz-Law. I'll give you my reaction.
Armand, and it'll be every word will be capitalized, the first letter. Armand, for Clarence to get some lotion.
My legs are not ashy.
Super chat. And Dave. Okay, I was going to guess pitcher. Dave is in the super chat. He said, LOL, thanks, Clarence, but no gappers. Isaac's a 6'4", 235-pound left-handed pitcher.
Oh, that's nice, baby.
Paint
that's
the corners,
nice.
baby. Paint the corners, baby.
That's right.
That's nice.
Paint the corners.
Got some junk.
Hopefully.
So we gonna fight.
when he gets a called strike 3, nobody appeals to the robo ump. If it was actually a ball, hopefully he gets all the strikeouts today. That'll be nice.
Let's go, Isaac.
We appreciate everybody for checking in. Dro said you can co-host the Winter Olympics on Clarence's ankles. Remember, you have no idea what anybody. Caden's mama said the chill gap between shoes and pants would be a $50 taxi ride. Love you guys. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. Be cool to everybody,
Caden's mama,
including
we better
Clarence.
than this, man.
We love you. Be easy.
Limited contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.